Corporate horror media indeed. Prostitutes abound on the major networks, but not this young lady. This is Jakari Jackson reporting for the InfoWars Nightly News. Headline: former reporter Amber Lyon exposes massive censorship at CNN. I'll give you a chance to let the shock sink in here. Now, let's give you a little background on this Amber Lyon story. She's a reporter for CNN, obviously. She goes over to Bahrain to report on the protesters being abused and sometimes killed over there. So she gets to Bahrain, she finds out all of her sources have either disappeared or gone missing, gone into hiding. So she gets there, she works the best she can, but she can't really get the story together. She does manage to contact a few protesters, but she's eventually, I guess you would say black-bagged and disappeared by the military. But they say it's all well and good because they'll take her around and they take her to some real trendy places like malls and such to get footage. But she still managed to get, a decent report. So she puts her report up on CNN. This documentary that she was making is a 1 hour, $100,000 documentary. It airs on CNN one time. It never airs on the CNN International channel, just airs on regular old CNN, and we get here in the States one time. And why would they do such a thing? Let's find out in the article. The Amber Lyon story is just the latest in a series of articles that expose the total Joseph Goebbels-like censorship rampant in the mainstream media today. Now, the article goes on to point out censorships such as the New York Times basically regurgitating whatever they're told by Big Brother, and also an NPR reporter walking out because of all the lies and fabrications. And, there's a lot of that going on, but thank you, big corporate media, because you're driving more people to, organizations such as Infowars.com. And speaking of CNN, back in March, I believe it was, our very own Paul Joseph Watson did a story about Syrian Danny. Some of you guys may remember this guy. He's, obviously CNN's correspondent over there in Syria, and he's supposed to be their hard-time war correspondent. Ooh, I'm in a battle zone kind of guy. But you'll see in this clip that we're about to show you, he's basically fabricating a war zone. He has some of his friends over on the side popping firecrackers or whatever they're doing, trying to simulate a war zone. So let's take a look at that now.
طلع الكاميرا
Okay, so we see there freedom in the press. Indeed, I guess freedom of the press also includes the freedom to make up the news. You see the guy hopping out the coffin like the Thriller and a bunch of other shenanigans, but hey, I guess that's how they like to do at CNN. Now, we'll go now here to a quote from Amber Lyon. It's not the quote of the day, but as far as I'm concerned, it's just as good. I saw firsthand that these regime claims were lies, and I couldn't believe CNN was making me put what I knew to be government lies into my reporting, quote, Amber Lynn. So there you go, Amber Lynn herself, CNN reporter, not a troll, not a plant, somebody who actually worked at CNN, saying, hey, there's, something going on here. Let's continue with the article. In the segment, Lyon interviewed activists as they explicitly described their torture at the hands of the government forces, while family members recounted their relatives' abrupt disappearances. She spoke with government officials justifying the imprisonment of activists. Ms. Lyon actually spoke with somebody who justified her imprisonment, Ms. Lyon's imprisonment. Ms. Lyon and her crew were filming, and they were contacted by government, I don't know if you call them government officials, but guys who come up, they pull up in military vehicles with machine guns, helicopters, black masks. I'm not making this up. This is in her own report. They take her and her crew down to the holding area. They sweat them down for 6 hours or so. Then they release them. But they erase all the footage that they had on them at the time. But the government says, hey, it's no big deal. You don't need that real footage. We'll take you out tomorrow and we'll take you to the mall and wherever else so you can shoot, picnics and all this stuff and not show anything that's real. So, hey, that's Big Brother at its finest, and they'll take care of you over there in Bahrain. Let's continue with the article. And the segment featured harrowing video footage of regime forces shooting unarmed demonstrators, along with the massive arrests of peaceful protesters. In sum, the early 2011 CNN segment on Bahrain presented one of the starkest reports to date of the brutal repression embraced by the U.S.-backed regime. The U.S.-backed regime. Because I guarantee you, if this wasn't U.S.-backed, somebody from CNN would still be over there reporting what's really going on today. So we salute you, Amber Lyon, here from the InfoWars crew. You are not a prostitute, like many other people at CNN. So we salute you, and we hope to see more from you in the very near future. God bless you. And if you'd like to see more about Amber Lyon and her trials and tribulations, you can check out this report from The Guardian. Why didn't CNN's international arm air its own documentary about Bahrain's Arab Spring repression? That's a very good question, Mr. Greenwald. And if you'd like to know more, check out The Guardian.
For more than 6 years, I've talked on the air about creating a social network. PlanetInfoWars.com is in its beta phase. We're just launching it. And I want to invite all of you out there to be in on the ground level. Planet InfoWars is about people coming together, forming activist organizations, getting involved politically, hunting and fishing, gardening, dating. This is a place for people who love freedom to meet and to talk and to write and to post information. And I give you this pledge. We are not going to spy on you and sell your data to the New World Order. PlanetInfoWars.com is free, so people who love freedom can get together, connect with people who are awake and know what we're facing. Be active, organize, take action, go viral, create, contribute, resist, because resistance is victory. You are victory. It's waiting for you to breathe power into it. PlanetInfoWars.com.